So here are 3 common mistakes that I see people do when chanting Om. It's a simple and powerful practice that can transform your life on a physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual level, and it's become very popular. So we will be looking at how to practice right, because it is with any tool. If you don't know how to handle that tool properly, it may start to work against you instead of for you. So in this video, we will look at how to avoid these mistakes and start to practice Om correctly to have the full benefits. Om Namah Shivaya, Namaste, beautiful beings. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Yogi Shivananda. In this video, we will be looking at the chanting of Om, a powerful and simple practice that anyone can do, and it's become very popular, but there are some common mistakes. In this video, I will share with you 3 very common mistakes that I see people do, and we will practice how to do it correctly together so you can fine-tune your chanting. So stay tuned. Now, the first and most common mistake that I see people do when chanting Om is they say instead of Now, this may seem like a silly and insignificant thing, but actually it's of great importance, and I will tell you why. So when we chant Om, we're actually chanting 3 individual sounds, And it's important to include all of those sounds because every sound has a certain vibration. And every vibration has a certain impact on our body, on our system, right? So from a scientific point of view, everything in existence is made up of vibrations. Where there is vibration, there is sound. So this is the power of chanting. When we chant, we create a certain vibration, and that vibration has a certain effect on our being. So when we chant we are creating 3 different vibrations which are related to 3 main aspects of life. So when we chant the sounds, the vibration of that sound is resonating, it's balancing everything that has to do with maintenance. Everything has a duration, so this brings balance into that duration, right? The sound that sound, it has to do with new life, new beginning, right? The last sound, has to do with destruction and death. So these 3 aspects of life is resonating with these 3 sounds. So this is why it's important to include all those 3 sounds into the chant when you do the Om chant. The second common mistake people do when they do the chant Om is they use their tongue when they make the sound. Again, it may seem like a silly thing, but actually these are the 3 primary sounds that we have. Just like we have 3 primary colors, you mix them together and you get all these beautiful colors that you can see. Same with sound. When we have these 3 main sounds, with our tongue we can switch them up and we can make all kinds of sounds. But these are the only 3 sounds that we can make without using our tongue. And so it should be when we're practicing chant, we should let the tongue rest for a bit, because that's when we get that pure sound that resonates with the nature of the universe. So for the practice of the chanting of let your tongue rest for a little bit, okay? Okay, moving on. The third common mistake that people do when chanting is they forget to bring their awareness into the practice. So whenever we make that chant, every sound has a certain vibration, and every vibration happens at a certain place in the body. When we're making the sound we're creating vibrations in the belly around the navel area. Now, because there are no bones, there's not a lot of bones in this area, the vibrations are a bit subtle. It's a bit difficult to pick it up in the beginning, but with awareness, with practice, you'll start to notice these vibrations in the belly. Secondly, the sound in your chest, we have more bones here, so it's easier to feel those vibrations, right? And the sound will be in your throat. You'll feel it very easily all the way up to your nose and your ears. So when practicing, when chanting have your awareness follow the vibrations from your belly all the way up as you chant, right? Always bring the awareness up. Be aware of the practice that you are doing. Be aware of the vibrations. This is the third and common mistake that people do. Okay, so let's practice. When we practice, remember to sit in a comfortable position with your spine erect. Also, when we make the sounds, instead of using the tongue to make these different sounds, what we're doing is we're just opening the mouth and then slowly closing it, right? So when I make the sound ah, my mouth is wide open. And the only thing I do is I close my mouth, and that changes the sound. So instead of using the tongue, we're just closing the mouth. Also have the awareness moving from your belly to the chest to the throat. Another important aspect is to give every sound approximately the same length. So instead of saying ah, all right, a lot of people will do that. Try to have approximately the same length of each sound. Okay, so let's try 3 ums together. Okay, starting with closing your eyes. Make sure you're in a comfortable position with your spine erect. Let's take a deep inhalation. Sigh through the mouth. Just relax. And again, inhalation. And start. So thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that, and I would like to offer a powerful chant to you. But before we do that, if you like this video, if you learned something new, please press like. Let me know in the comments if you learned something new, what you learned. And also remember to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on the next video coming on next Monday and next Monday after that, and so on. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhem Pushnivajaram Urvarukunivubandanam Mretyormukshiyamamritat. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhem Pushnivajaram Urvarukunivubandanam Mretyormukshiyamamritat. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhem Pushnivajaram Urvarukunivubandanam Mretyormukshiyamamritat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Many blessings to you and your loved one. Have a beautiful day, and again, thank you for tuning in. See you next Monday.